Good morning and welcome to a review of episode 3 of My Stepmom's Daughter Is Now My Ex. Now, the last 2 episodes didn't really it was so what the hell? It was nothing, it was balanced, you know what I mean? It wasn't mediocre at best, but it did draw some attention between these two, Mizuto and Yume. I mean, both of them are still trying to one-shot each other to determine who's the big sibling or the little sibling of the group. They're trying to see who can outshine the others and who can be who is more less approach or more approach to one another. Sorry, but episode 3 did give us something to talk about. And that's Minami as well, because the thing is, first time I've seen this girl, I know that people saying she's best girl just by looking at her, but I'm like, never judge a book by its cover. And like this episode we did. Plus, this episode went light version. It was like the light version of Domestic Girlfriend. Because I understand Domestic Girlfriend will go all in. Domestic Girlfriend will go all in. But this episode right here, it was one of the weirdest, if not the weirdest episodes I've seen so far. But let's get right to it. So, let's get a review of episode 3 of My Stepmom's Daughter Is Now My Ex. So, here's the thing. Yume. Okay. Yume, let me just say this. This girl is freaking crazy. I mean, let's be honest. She's freaking crazy. I mean, we had a flashback when she was in middle school when they were dating, and she keeps souvenirs in a box. Psycho. I mean, I'm not saying high-level psycho. I mean, really? A candy wrapper? Really? A can? A soda? Really? How is that? These small little elements. How is that, sentimental? It's just a candy wrapper. It's not like you have 3 candy wrappers in a soda can and all the little small little things. What's next? A rubber band? That's like how about this? That's like saying, here's the first tissue I wipe your nose with. And here's the box of the rubber band that you tied my hair with, all that. I'm like, really? Really? Or a Band-Aid. That's creepy. That is so effing creepy. Really? I mean, that's weird. Like I said, this is the weirdest episode, but that's one of the weirdest right here. Now, the whole boxer sniffing thing, I know people have already thought about this scene. And it's now, it's been a meme, but still, I know people are going to go back to Tokyo Ghoul and then look at that scene where he's grabbed Kaneki's underwear and starts going crazy. That. I'm pretty sure everyone has the meme for that, for Yume right now. I'm pretty sure everyone has it. So she sniffed the boxes. She's like, oh, what am I doing? I sniff his boxes. Oh my God. Because she admitted that it's her inverted self. Her girlfriend's self is telling her now to sniff. It's like, okay, be honest, guys. Have you guys ever had your introvert self? Are you guys telling yourselves your introvert self is telling you do this or do that, but you in your mind, you're fight it. Yep, exactly. It's introvert and extrovert. So her girlfriend's self is still in her body and telling her to sniff it, and she sniffed it. So she was trying to okay, maybe if I just give it to him, hide it without him knowing. And as soon as she walked out, he walked out. But the catch is, not only she got the boxers, he got the bra. He got her bra. Now they don't explain how did it happen. He explains it oh yeah, I was in the washer. I got out of the bathroom, washing, and then I saw the bra in the washer. And then my dad comes in and oh, hide it. Yume said the exact same story. And you know what's funny? And I find it interesting because two sides are, I hate when one trying to lie and one trying to tell the truth about it. And looking at the story from both of them, I have to agree with Mizuho on this one, because Mizuho, here's the thing about Mizuho, and I don't know why, but it's just his story is like, no, not his story, just that his personality. Like, if you look closely from the last 3 episodes, he's still the guy. He's still like the same guy, get it with a straight face, honest, all that. You know, he's just, okay, yeah, all right, so what? He has that straight face. So I know, to me, he's telling the truth. Yume, on the other hand, she's a bold-faced liar. I mean, you just stole his story, and then you want to amplify it with, oh, I found his boxers in the washer, and I found L, and your mom just walked in, and her mom just walked in. So I'm like, oh, really? See, that's his story. So then I was like, okay, we'll make this a pass. We'll take this a pass, and we'll use this as a trump. We'll use this as a punishment card. We could just use it if, give it for the right time. Now, Yume is so jealous that she sees Mizuto out on a date with a girl. Black hair and glasses. Oh my God. I'm like, he's already scored. Now, again, I'm like, first time watching that scene, I'm like, something's not right. So the first time I watched it, because I'm like, he's not interested in girls right now. Like, he's not the time yet to date. I mean, just looking at him, it's like, the way he was talking to this new girl, I'm like, he's not even like smiling or anything. Like, he's just talking. And that got Yume to jealous. They got Yume to be jealous. So she told Minami. Now, this is where I find Minami interesting and funny as hell in this one. So, but I'm going to get to you, Minami, because she's the key vocal point in this weird show, because it's kind of freaking weird. It was weird, Yuri, and a whole different level. But okay, now, let's get right to it. So she comes home, Yume just like, okay, I'm going to take a photo of this screenshot. This. Just when he's trying to make sure it's who that girl was, Mizuto's like, what are you talking about? It's just you here. No one's here. But when he's walked back, he like, his head hit him in the memory, like, down memory lane, like, oh, the girl with black hair and glasses. Oh, no. So then we got a flashback. We found out that the girl that he was with at that other McDonald's, whatever you call it, was actually Minami. Minami was the one dressed up as a girl with black hair and the glasses. That's like, guess who? Does your mystery person have black hair? Does your mystery person wear glasses? Okay, but then now it's Minami. Now Minami's only goal is wants to marry Mizuto. Not for the purpose of it. Not for it. Just marry Mizuto because she wants to be close to Yume. And as a result of that, it's like, for Minami, this is one of those crazy, weirdest girls. She doesn't want to marry Mizuto because she loves him. She wants to marry her. She wants to marry him just to get close to Yume. Now, because, again, Yume tells Minami everything. She tells her everything. And that kind of opened up to Minami just saying, oh, I can't wait. If I marry you, that means I'll have her as my sister, and I can spend with her 365 days a year. I could wash her back. I could do all this and that. She is psychotic. Funny as it is, she's crazy. She is freaking crazy. She wants to have Yume alter herself. Even when they were like, she's like, if I marry you, we could be sisters, and I could just like we could share a room together, we could eat at the same table together, we could bathe together. She's all that. Now, he's like, huh? All that, and so it gave us everything, because she was stalking him just to get close, for her to get closer to Yume. So then we got a little backstory from his friend. So Minami is crazy. She's obsessed. She's obsessed with the one thing she wants. It's like, based off her backstory with her boyfriend before, and how he was stressed out and all that. Basically, Minami's backstory is this, in a nutshell. Once she wants something, she takes it. Once she sees it, she'll hold onto it, grab it, and toy with your head back and forth until everything is satisfied with her. She's one of those girls. Well, she'll call you every 2 to 3 hours. just checking on you every day. Say, what are you doing? 2 hours later. 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 And then they just like, she's so obsessed that she'll do whatever she can to hold on to that boyfriend. But when so much greed and all that stuff is just stress for you, you pass out. Now I get it. That's a good girlfriend right there. You know, to check up on you and give you something. That's that. But when it goes like over the limit, when it goes to that certain boundary that cross over, that's too much. So in order to get Minami out of Yume's way, he has to do something to take that obsession away from Minami. Just take something away. So it's like this. If you're so obsessed with a show, trying to get someone obsessed to take that show away from him. Or any figure that you like. Like you're so obsessed with this figure, but try to get something above that figure. Try to get something that she wanted, but you could take it over. You could take that. And that's what we did. So Mizuto did one thing. He's like, I'm gonna use my punishment card. And he's like, oh, okay, I know exactly what I gotta do. I know exactly what I gotta do. Then he goes to Yume and say this, go on a date with me. And in that moment, I'm like, I'm gonna kid you not. From that moment, I'm like, what? I'll be honest. I would have expected Mizuto to say, I'm gonna ask Minami on a date. Because I kid you not, I thought he was gonna say that. But now it's just like, wow. Interesting. Very, very interesting. So we're gonna see this awkward sibling / ex-couple date and see where this goes. I don't know. We'll see how this goes, but it is what it is. We'll see. So again, this episode was weird as fuck. I mean, the whole sniffing the boxers, him poking at the bras, and Minami going crazy. Again, this was one of those weirdest episodes. And the thing is, next week is going to be even more weirder because Mizuto and Yume are going on a date, but they're step siblings. That's the freaking problem. So it's like, this is going to be one of those weird episodes where the line of the sand is going to be crossed. There's going to be some X's and O's. This is going to be one of those domestic girlfriend vibes. We'll see where maybe. We'll see. So, I look forward for next week's episode of My Stepmom's Girlfriend's Not My Ex. We'll see where the date between Yume and Minami's crazy obsession towards Yume and I'm pretty sure she's going to follow her around the way in this date. So, stay tuned for next week.